Yes, everybody, we do have the power. My name is Dr. John Oda, and I'm with the Dr. John Oda Method. Guys, today I'm excited. I'll tell you why I'm excited. I'm going to talk about business, something that I love, right? But before I start about business, let me explain to you who I am, right? So I'm considered what you call is an ultimate business growth strategist. You're probably saying, what the hell is that? Well, let me explain it to you. I've been doing clinical psychology since 1987, and I've been working in the business world since 1995, or right around that area. And so there's only 1% of us that can actually work with people who have mental issues or motivate them or X, Y, and Z who got that experience, as well as grow your companies and grow your business. Again, I had a privilege and honor of working with guys like Anthony Robbins and, of course, Chet Holmes back, 2009 or something like that, 8. The cool thing about that is I worked with all their friends, so they had like a Scott Holman, Jay Abraham, Keith Cunningham, Gary Vee, Brendan Burchard. Oh my God, and the list goes on, right? So what I was working with them and still doing right now, I have created companies that went from $300,000 to $7 million. I have doubled and tripled companies. I've created companies of that did 120 in net profit in 8 months, and 18 months 400%. So here it goes. The business part of it, I know it. And the cool thing about it, I can mix the mental health, the psychology, the mindset, as well as the business strategies, as well as the business knowledge, right? So I'm excited. When I started to do this program, this podcast, right, I wanted to put in different strategies and different things. That's why we have the Motivational Monday, that focus on you, like as motivation and interviews and different strategies from every area of your life. Wednesdays are going to be more business because that to me is my passion, right? Well, let me take that back. My passion is really mental health. I love mental health. I love taking a person and having them go through being a caterpillar to a butterfly and having them change the quality of their lives, right? So today we're going to talk about the systems, right? I was talking to a client just a couple of days ago, and I was talking to him that we have to systemize your business. If you've systemized your business will grow, right? And so I explained it. So, and then he says, well, I want to be like a McDonald's or a Starbucks, one of these big companies. I said, but listen, let's go backwards. A McDonald's, right? A McDonald's have a system. If you go to McDonald's around the world, you know that they have a system. The fries are on the left-hand side, coffee smack in the middle, and everything is. Now, they could have different foods. I went to Dubai and Japan. They have different foods, but still McDonald's. But here's the cool thing about a McDonald's, right? Think about this. An 18-year-old kid can run a McDonald's. Why? They have a system. Starbucks, 18-year-old kid can run it. Why? They have a system. If you have a business or think about having a business, does your business have a system? Are you systemizing your business to win? Now, I believe that you have to systemize your business in every area, right? Time management, sales process, operation, hiring, creating profit stations. Meaning, creating profit stations is focused on the hidden millions that all companies are actually losing. And companies have to be around for at least 2 or 3 years, right? So I can show them that. Management is communication, mindset, using educational marketing, more of pain points and stacks, right? Technology, websites, right? Are you systemizing your business? And let me explain to you. I worked with companies that I was doing it's $300,000 to $100,000 a year. Companies that I was doing being a Fortune 500. Did you know that a lot of companies are not systemizing their business? Which is a challenge. Because here it goes. If you don't systemize your business, Your business is not going to run like a well-oiled machine. Is the key when you have a business to make it run like a well-oiled machine. So I give you a couple of examples for time management in your organizations, or else if you're somebody who's by themselves. Do you have a systemized time management system? I give you a great example. I used to work for medical offices and still does, right? But I had a specific client. And what we did was every time I bet you the doctor went in and they did like a physical or was whatever, we would time it. So we knew how many patients a doctor should see in that day, how long every procedure would take. And this way, we systemize it to all of our 3 different locations. This increased our business over 50-60% in a couple months. Because now the doctor couldn't, or else the nurse practitioner, or else the PA, right? They couldn't go in there and mess around or do coffee or X, Y, and Z, right? Now they can have their breaks and do that. Now we knew that if they did a physical for an elderly person, we know that took 90 minutes. Because you have to do a whole lot of different tests, right? Doing a physical for a person who's 25 took 30 minutes, right? So we knew how much everything would take. And this way, believe it or not, we had doctors and PAs and nurse practitioners was seeing it's between 40 to 70 patients per day, which increased the business tremendously. We did the same thing on the dental side, but it was a systemized time management system. Here's the question that I have. Does your company have something that's systemized? Or else you guys know what's taking place. Everybody have the same time management system. What I found out, that's not the case. My next example, sales process, right? How many steps do your company have a sales process? Steps to close the deal. Or better yet, though, how long is your sales process to close the deal? Do you know that? Most companies don't. So they hire people straight commission, which is fine, right? Which that's what I actually preach. But if your sales process to close a deal is 3 to 6 months, that process is not going to work. If your sales process is, if you hire somebody and you can close them in about a week or 2, it's a big difference, right? But the question is, I have it for you. What is your sales process? Give you a great example. I worked with a company. They said they sold the same products and services. One guy was making $25,000 per month. One guy was making $5,000. And what I asked was, what's the difference? Why is this guy making 25 and this guy is making 5? They've been there the exact same time. They got the exact same training. What's the difference? Well, I followed the guy who's making a 25,000. He had a completely different system than the guy who's making $4,000 and $5,000 and even $6,000 a month. But what it told me that everyone does not have a systemized sales process. And the guy who was making crazy amount of money, he had a script. Everybody else, they would wing it, right? So here it goes. Once you wing things in sales, you are missing out on money. Does that make sense? Right? So what I teach people is, right, of that you have to figure out what's taking place, right? Then you got to figure out if you're moving further or closer away, especially for sales. Because sales is the ones that's going to move forward with your business. So what I tell people, you can always double your sales, right? But everybody have to have the same system, right? Did you guys know that 66% of salespeople miss their quota? Almost one half of our sales team don't even have a playbook. They don't script anything out. They say, I can do it, right? It's amazing to me. Next, have you systemized, right, your operations? of your business? Is that systemized? Or how about your hiring process? Right? Hiring process. Have you guys ever wanted to get a rock star when it came to sales? Or a rock star when it came to a CEO, a CEO? Do you have a systemized hiring process? A lot of people, they go through HR and they got a process, but are you getting the best candidate? Or how about, are you systemizing creating profit stations? Let me explain you what a profit station is. I was dealing this with the client, right? And I asked him, I said, are you guys asking for referrals every time? He said, absolutely. So we called up 3 offices, and I said, listen to me, I'm just trying to figure out if you guys do this, and I know you guys are busy. One office did said about 4 or 5 times, then 2 times, and 3 times, right? We added it all up it's for 3 years. This company missed out on $2.5 million. Why? Because they didn't have a systemized referral program. Management. What are you doing is your management systemized? Have you created a university in your business to train more of the younger people to have them as become managers? You know what I dislike when I used to work in mental health field, wanted to go for a position, and I've been there for years. They would go outside and hire somebody else, opposed to work with the people of who they have and make them into manager positions. Your management, is it systemized? Does your people know how to go from A to Z? How to get that next promotion? If not, you're missing out on a huge opportunity to grow the people within. The next one, do you have a systemized communication program that you know how to gain as real rapport with a person, especially with the client or even the patient, right? Is everything systemized? How about mindset? Mindset is everything. Are you guys marketing? Is that systemized? I use more educational marketing. I educate a person. Think about this. If you educate a person, you can probably get more meetings than trying to sell a person. That's why the marketing team and the sales team need to work together. It's a must. But here's the biggest challenge. In most companies, they don't. The marketing's doing their stuff, and the sales teams are doing their stuff. That should be intertwined together. How about your technology? How about your website? And how about your SEO? I'm just giving you some examples. Every area of your business should be systemized. And I probably missed a couple, right? But every area should be systemized. When you systemize your business, oh my God, you're drinking your own Kool-Aid and your business is running smoothly now. So here it goes. I'm going to give you an example of a person that was completely systemized and another company that was not. It's a big company. So the SBA, right? So when I got the PPP, oh my God, I went to the bank, showed them the information. 10 days later, got my money. It ran smoothly, right? Here it goes. People now in the same company who did it and they didn't use the bank. I don't know why, right? But the EDIL. Have you guys ever saw? Right. So for the COVID relief, some people got their money right away. Other people, after 18 months to 2 years, is still waiting for their money. Why? They didn't systemize it. I would talk to different people and they'd say different things. Everybody had a different reasons of why this wasn't taking place. It was not systemized. They were trying to run it off of the seat of their pants. Now, let me go backwards. They got a lot of people. That they did. They helped a lot of people. Yes, they did. But in the last year, they try to make some changes. But the concept is when you systemize your business, you need to systemize it from A to Z. Everybody, when I was talking to them, as well as my clients, were telling them a completely different things. It was a nightmare.